I'ma fill up the tank, son. Pull up in the lane, I scored, I poured an and one. Having packed for your mom and her friends and then some. At her crib, wrapped in rich, she said that I'm handsome. Be prepared, they won't share. Money fold, money tear. Waste your lungs, smoke in that air. Sherbert skunk, don't shit compare. All this dope, turn to dust. All this weight, it get you crushed. My game, we bounce back like rubber. Blew them bands, then blew my cover. Fuck it, I don't need that handout. I see that show swap in the same clout. I see what this cash and this fame bout. Worked in the dish, now I'm bomb ain't down. That bitch not getting my seat, oh please. I gotta eat like every week. Send her to jud, then send her to sleep. Right out the mud and straight to the.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to the show. I know y'all missed me. How'd you feel and how's everybody doing? I had to take a little leave of absence. Had to get some shit figured out, squared away. When you're creating a masterpiece, it's good to take a step back from what you're doing and, just be sure of each move, because even if you think you got shit figured out, there's always something that, hits you with a curveball. Something you experience in life that teaches you a new lesson you wouldn't be able to learn. Maybe a person, a job, anything, school, stuff like that. But we're back with the regular schedule programming. Missed y'all. I missed doing these. So we're about to get it, and we're about to get into it. Very strong. Pause. So, first topic we got coming back, talking about Neo. Okay, if everybody's maybe, I want to say 3/4 of humanity that pays attention to anything has heard. It was like 3 or 4 days ago, Neo was on an interview. Apparently, he had made comments saying, quote, "You can identify as a goldfish. That's not my business. It becomes my business when you try to make me play the game," end quote. Now, there was backlash saying this is homophobic. I don't know who said it. I mean, honestly, I didn't even see the interview till they said it was homophobic, but I wonder who was the first person to say that. It's a good question. But, listening to that interview, I talked to a lot of people in the LGBT community, by the way, because I don't want to be, have skewed vision when it comes to things. You gotta talk to humans. You gotta see how they feel. I got agents on the inside. Y'all out here acting like y'all know something. I got agents on the inside. Y'all nothing. But for what Neo said, I didn't think none of that shit was homophobic. He didn't say he wanted to get rid of homophobes. He didn't say that they shouldn't exist. He didn't say that he was against any type of form of policy against gay people. So there was nothing homophobic in there to me, because that's what classifies as homophobic to me. Because it has to be like you don't want them to exist or whatever, Because I'm not that intolerant of things, like other people want to be. But so, Neil said that, and then of course, we were like, everybody was like, "Yeah, man, I feel you, bro. He didn't even say nothing homophobic, but that's some real shit." Then he come back a day later, made a post. Let me read it to you guys. That'll be easier. I want to paraphrase in this mode. Oh my goodness. Alright, here you go. He said, "After much reflection, I'd like to express my deepest apologies to anyone that I may have hurt with my comments on parenting and gender." Oh, okay. Another thing he said, he was just talking about this new era of parenting. Basically, that's how that whole thing started. And I guess he was just using that as an example. So I feel that was a good example. On parenting and gender identity, I've always been an advocate for love and inclusivity in the LGBT community. So I understand how my comments could have interpreted as insensitive and offensive. Gender identity is nuanced, and I can honestly admit that I plan to better educate myself on the topic so I can approach the future conversations with more empathy. At the end of the day, I lead with love and support everyone's freedom of expression and pursuit of happiness. He says this, and everybody's like, "Man, you pussy." I can't say that. "Oh, man, like, you just, you soft, Neil. You soft." That's what they said. I said the same thing. I was like, "Bruh, Jamie Foxx, he didn't even say nothing wrong. And you niggas come out apologizing, bro." But that just goes to show you, man, who you speak out against, who's controlling it. Who's controlling it? You know what I'm saying? Because they can say shit about black people all day. They can say shit about, a regular Caucasian man all day. White people in general. So black people, white people over here fighting, and these niggas got control over what these niggas say over here. Oh yeah, okay, but that's neither here nor there. Leave it. Back to Neo. So everybody was pissed that agreed, and we're like, "Bro, you're soft." But then Neo comes out and he makes his own personal video titled From the Horse's Mouth. So we're going to play that and we're going to listen to it. This is my first time listening to it, honestly. So let's get into it. Sorry if I'm shaking, I'm fast and getting them gains. I know y'all see them gains. Ah, shit, I need my headphones. Oh, Lord. Ugh.
Care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out.
Okay.
First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. Right. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes,
that's
sir.
my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way you are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question, okay? I have no beef with the LGBTQIA plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I don't care. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's any book anywhere or any opinion that somebody's going to tell me that's going to make me okay with letting a child make a decision like that. That's just period, point blank, and that's how I feel. If I get canceled for this, then you know what? Maybe this is a world where they don't need a Neo no more, all right? And I got no problem with that. I'm a hustler, all right?
Hey, man, he's snapping. He's snapping. Y'all gotta think right now, right? This might not be a big deal right now, but this is like one of the first celebrities to really like be like, nah, fuck that, and be unapologetic about something they say if it was real. Because I think Neo saw how many people was like behind him. He was like, people agree. But the only people canceling are the people with the bread who are paying y'all, you know? Because we're finding out, you know, where their loyalties lie. But, you know, and that's not to say that LGBT is like a one big, it's not a cult because it's not a secret organization. So it's just something that people just, even people in their own community don't understand it. And that's the thing. Like, nobody really knows because it keeps expanding and growing, like, and latching on to different things. And it just so happened to latch on to, if you ask them and they're like fully like brain drilled into that shit all the way to the plus, and they don't stop at the T, they'll say that, oh, so what would you say is a good time to talk about sexuality with a child? Oh, as soon as possible. 6. I've heard 6. I've heard 7. I've heard 12. I've heard all that shit. But if anybody outside of any type of like attachment to a community said that shit, you might lock them up right there or her up right there. So what's the difference? It's exclusivity. It's being politically correct. And just don't say nothing bad or against, or you're phobia this or anti this. And like I've said, I've already had a video where I came in defense of the LGBT community. Because so if y'all want to come out and say I'm homophobic, fuck you. I got receipts. So fuck that shit. But anyway, yeah. So what Neo said, I'm with that. I'm 100% with that. Behind it. You know, I don't know what the apology was. Maybe somebody just has his Instagram and they were like, put that shit on here this morning. And he was like, man, who the fuck did this? You know, there's no telling. We don't know what happens behind the scenes. But that being said, you know, I think I addressed both sides pretty well. I mean, I've already stated that, you know, I'm with the LGBT shit as long as it stays to you love and who you love as an adult. But I draw the line when it's a child. And you're trying to teach a child shit like that, you're out of your fucking mind. I'm not for that shit, and I will never be for that shit. And it's not just that community, because, you know, if you look at who's doing all the molestation and child stuff, it is a one particular group and race. And I ain't gonna say nothing to start nothing. But just go watch some Predator Catcher videos or something and just tell me who's the majority of the demographic you see meeting little kids, mostly boys. I'll leave you with that pondering. But until next time, I want to thank everybody for coming back. I think this will be a nice little banger to pop off things for the week. I will have more videos coming. Read the Room Episode 1 podcast will be coming next week. Trailer's coming before the end of this week. That's going to be a good one. Great conversations with Bryce and Josiah. Y'all don't want to miss that. But until next time, everybody. Sayonara. Arrivederci. Peace out.
Bands on demand. Sit back and watch the show. Let you talk your shit, but we done heard it all before. She don't got that same glow anymore. Acting like it's painful, bitch ain't nothing, bro. Brand new me, pop a tab for the feeling. She say I'm OD, flexing on my old demons. Offshore shit, the grease, it won't freeze. Been